Allahim la lahaya now Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Mashiach wa Malachi Bahashim Harawat Bakakwarash Barakathum Wara Babal Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. And to the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine, I say Shalom. Um, Esau messing with my camera right now. My camera's off. I didn't turn it off. I don't know how to turn it back on. I tried. So Esau, he playing in the background, but it's cool. Your ass still going in slavery because you play too much. But anyway, this video we're gonna get into today is about y'all already see the headline. Black man found hanging from a tree in North Carolina. Now, Esau, and it's another video we're gonna look at after this one that states that Esau got too much blood on his hands. That's why he finna get the hell up out of here after his slavery. But yeah, they playing, but it's cool though, because when we get y'all in captivity, we're gonna play with y'all too. But before we get into the videos, let's get this copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Y'all ain't stopping this word from going out. This is the Lord's will, not yours, dumbass. Let's go ahead and get it. By studying these fucking frail ass Edomites.
Black male found hanging from a tree in North Carolina. We actually have a photo that was from North Carolina. The body of an unidentified man found hanging from a tree is being investigated by the Raleigh Police Department as an actual unaliving. Alleged images of the crime scene have been circulating online. That's one of them there. I want to give you the official statement from the police. Quote, August 15, 2026. At approximately 3:07 p.m., Raleigh police officers and medical personnel responded to 318 South McDowell Street in reference to a report of a subject hanging from a tree. Upon arrival, first responders removed the subject from the tree and initiated life-saving measures. The subject was pronounced deceased as a result of his injuries. There appears to be no foul play involved.
Now, that statement right there leads me to believe, due to the uptick of lynchings lately, I think law enforcement got something to do with this. Look how quick they dismiss it because they don't want an investigation. They want a case closed, moving on. They don't want nobody to look into this. That's why they close the cases so fast. I really think these Edomite cops are doing this. I can't prove it, but this is what I feel in the spirit. Just because of their quick dismissal.
Okay. There's more to the statement. Before I get into the second part of this statement, you're already wondering what is the but-for factor. Why are they concluding that this was self-inflicted? We're going to get into that in a moment. Quote, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the disturbing post that is currently being shared regarding this investigation that occurred today. We understand that this loss may be deeply, deeply painful for those who knew and cared about the individual. We ask everyone to please be mindful the family and friends who are grieving, and to avoid sharing unverified information or speculation while investigators continue their work. Put up the city council member. This is Raleigh City Council member Corey Branch. Councilmember Branch on Facebook on Sunday said, quote, yesterday, an African-American male was found hanging from a tree, and RPD, along with state and federal officials, are investigating. I ask that we let RPD and the SBI do the investigating and more information to come. End quote. North Carolina tracks violent deaths, including those that come by way of self-infliction. I found that there were nearly 1,600 reported self-inflicted deaths in 2023.
That's a goddamn lie. It's not an Israelite spirit to take their own life. These fucking Edomites are doing this shit and then saying suicide. That's all right though, because guess what? When we get y'all in the kingdom, we're gonna have y'all hanging y'all self. We're gonna have y'all hanging each other. And we want to see smiles on them faces. Just like the same smiles y'all was displaying when y'all was posted up in front of our dead bodies. We want to see them same goddamn smiles. Because it's apparent you enjoy murder, right? So guess what? We're gonna have you murdering your own Yahweh Ratazar. I mean, these people just murder and lie. 1,600 suicides. Stop it.
The most recent data available, the majority of these unalivings among non-Hispanic African-American men, 63.3% involve firearm, followed by hanging at 21.1%. According to state data, more than half of all reported self-inflicted deaths between 2020 and 2024 in North Carolina happened by way of a firearm. 21.4% were by hanging. That's according.
All of these percentages are results of Edomite murder. Fuck their data. They twist numbers, they lie on statistics, they lie on percentages, they lie every time they open the goddamn mouth. It's funny to me. It was no suicides before y'all brought y'all asses over here.
According to the available data. Now, I'm agreeing with the councilman that the investigation needs to happen, period.
You're not going to get justice from thieves on stolen land, sir. If that's what you're waiting on, it'll never happen.
You have 3 bodies investigating this. It's an investigation.
Mm-hmm. And when something happened to somebody, Israelite, of Israelite blood, and don't nobody know shit, guess who the perpetrator always turns out to be? The usual suspect, Esau, trying to cover their tracks. That's why they rule it out so quick, because they know their work. Soon as the police pull up, they know another Edomite did this. So they close the case. So they won't have to tell on another Edomite. They know their work.
Understand, that's the actual thing we have been calling for as it relates to the 6 people that investigations concluded quite immediately, no foul play involved, without having the auspices of the federal government, state investigation, or local investigation being significantly lacking. Put them up. We covered this last week. However, as we covered, at least 6 black people have been found dead.
So you mean to tell me these beautiful people right here, look at those smiles, just decided to one day just take their life? Stop it. You Israelites better be careful out there. Most of all, you better do whatever you can to have that hedge of protection over you from Yahweh Shem Shai. Now, it's not a bad idea to carry some type of weapon, but still, you're going to need that hedge from the Lord to protect you, because these animals are cruel. These are animals in clothing. Ain't nowhere in hell these beautiful people right here, look at them smiles, decide to take their own life because Esau lied and said they did.
Hanging in publicly reported cases across the United States in 2026 alone. Several deaths were quickly classified as self-inflicted by the local police, while families.
That tells me that the police had something to do with it. I told you, if it wasn't a cop that's doing this, it's somebody that's cool with a cop because that cop is protecting that piece of shit. They know their work.
And communities in some cases have questioned those conclusions, especially considering historic context of being Black people publicly lynched and killed throughout the country in years past, in particular those that happened in the South. Now, traditionally, because I think we've forgotten this part of investigative protocol, typically, if a local police department is going to make that call and make that call quickly without forensic, without having the medical examiner's official report on file, without providing you any additional information as to cause and effect or their reasoning to come to this conclusion, is usually because they found something, like a letter that determined it was actually self-inflicted. And they lead with that letter.
Who the hell does that? That's Esau trying to set people up. See, this is what Esau does. He murders you and demonizes you and then victimizes himself. Who in the hell writes a letter and then climb up a tree to hang themselves? You know how much work that is to string yourself up? These children, let's go back. So you mean to tell me every last one of these young men and women here had enough strength to pull themselves up in a tree and hang themselves? That's what you're telling me. But these liars finna get it. They finna get it, goddamn it.
Official report on file without providing you any additional information as to cause and effect or their reasoning to come to this conclusion, is usually because they found something, like a letter that determined it was actually self-inflicted.
So all 6 of those young men and women wrote letters and then strung themselves up. Esau, your lies so pathetic. That's what I'm gonna start calling y'all, the pathetics. Because that's exactly what the whole nation is, just fucking pathetic.
And they lead with that letter. And typically, even if the person who's deceased left a letter, they still investigate to make sure that they close any loose end that perhaps was open.
See, he don't get it. See, he's still expecting justice from fucking thieves, liars, murderers, hypocrites. He's still expecting justice from these people. We don't expect justice because we know what they are. Let's come out of this. I got another video for you. The name of this is Babylon Has Too Much Blood on Their Hands. Exactly. But see, they talk about lynching like this is just thousands of years ago. No, y'all still finna pay for this shit. Listen to what my man has to say about Babylon.
This is what I think y'all need to understand. America is in a down.
This book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Now it's time for y'all to go down and stay down.
Downwards position. There ain't no coming back up. It's in a downwards position. You asking yourself, why is this? America has too much blood on her hands. She have did too much wrong in this world. We have allowed these boogers, I'm gonna call them boogers, old ass YT people, to put us in a predicament where we can't get out. It don't matter if it's a natural disaster. Motherfucker is not coming to our rescue. You know how much bad we did in the world, and you think a motherfucker finna come help us?
See, don't include yourself in that us, Jake. It's them, Edomites. Not one Israelite has murdered anybody overseas on their own will or merit. It was under the orders of Esau. Esau is responsible for all this shedded blood, and he gonna pay for it all. Don't include yourself, and no, don't say we. You better say them.
It ain't no jumping out. Pick a side. You in America, gotta face the consequences.
They finna face it. All right, I'm gonna leave it on this because my camera, they did something to my camera. Bunch of sneaky ass liars, but that's all right. They ain't gonna be able to do none of this shit in the kingdom. Psalm chapter 37, verse 32, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh the slain. Exactly. It's funny to me, ain't nobody getting lynched but Israelites, especially Judah. That has the earmarks of Esau all day because he's the only punk ass in his feelings that's childish enough and emotional enough to do shit like this and lie about it. These people fucking pathetic. Matter of fact, we're going right to Isaiah chapter 14. And see, that's the spirit. My blue letter was already there. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land or fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off Babylon from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. He finna cut y'all balls off so it won't be no more Edomites being produced. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 94. Verse 20, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? Oh, there be a thorough investigation. The main one that's saying that probably is the murderer. I noticed no lynchings get solved because the investigators are the murderers. Look at the KKK scenario. Most of those members are cops, judges, police chiefs, lawyers, firemen. Yeah, prestigious roles in society. You think these motherfuckers gonna punish each other? No. They protect each other. Look at all the pedos getting protection right now, especially the one in the White House. Verse 21, they gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. That's why y'all in trouble. Y'all condemn innocent blood. And y'all blood finna spill as well. Let's get it. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of Yahweh made he man. Yeah, the Lord finna take all that out of y'all ass. Let's keep rolling. Go to Psalms 34. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate. How shall evil slay the wicked? Because the Lord brings evil. Let's get it. So all y'all Christians out there still lying, talking about God is good all the time, hold on to that. Keep that same energy. Especially when he get ready to punish you. Jeremiah chapter 11. That ain't the script. Hold on. Here you go, Isaiah chapter 45. That's what I was looking for. Verse 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Just like he brought that evil upon Egypt, he gonna do the same thing to Babylon. Because y'all just doing too much. He saw everybody. He the superior. He the fragile. He's the world's definition of a man's man, but at the same time, he got the highest alphabet population. He's all over the place. He's the world police and the world's biggest villain at the same time. He's doing too much. The same presidents that call you my fellow Americans is plotting to set you up to get bombed so he can run. But y'all believe this asshole. Y'all go ahead and believe him. Go to the book of James. This man setting y'all up to get bombed, and y'all ain't doing shit. Because all that woofing y'all be doing, you Babylonians, y'all just talking. Y'all, because y'all have never been in a real war. This ain't gonna be. This ain't gonna be none of that shit you see on TV. It ain't gonna be like none of that shit you play in Call of Duty or none of that shit. The book of James, chapter 5, verse 6, verse 5. Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and have been wanton and have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. That's one of the many reasons y'all finna get it. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35. Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Verse 11, because therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and that I have heard all the blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given up, they are given us to consume. That's how they think. They think they have the right to do whatever they want to do to us and not be punished. Well, the Lord thinks differently. Verse 13, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idomia, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord. Exactly. Let's go to Amos chapter 1, verse 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. That's all the key places Edomites are at. You are a people before you are a place. Let's go to Amos chapter 9, verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. Y'all finna go into slavery, homie. Let's get it. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 2. Hold on, y'all. We can start at verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. They shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Y'all finna get it. Let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Don't but one race of people do that. And they pride themselves on being conquerors, colonizers. Uh-huh. Ain't no escaping your identity. Verse 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for the time is evil. Now, it's funny, in this scripture, the Lord said that you shall not remove your necks. I'm just going to leave it at that. So we might potentially see some Edomite lynchings in the kingdom, which is justified. Y'all might be the new hanging fruit around this bitch. They already gonna get y'all anyway. All you lying ass politicians, pastors, yeah, they gonna get y'all. go to Proverbs. Actually, let's go to Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not except they cause have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. That's all they know. Verse 19, the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. They don't know all this shit they doing against us, they're gonna have to pay for. Either they know and don't believe it, or they don't want to believe it. You know that they got that what they call it, cognitive dissonance, just block shit out. Just because your dumb ass block out your judgment in your head don't mean it's not gonna happen. Let's get that one. You can lie to yourself all day, E. That don't mean that the Lord ain't gonna get y'all. Romans chapter 3, verse 3. Well, what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Yahweh forbid. Yeah, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Just because you don't want to believe it, don't mean it's you still don't mean you ain't gonna get it. We know how Esau he'll turn on cognitive dissonance in a minute and just block shit out. It don't matter. You can lie to yourself all you want to. The Lord still gonna get y'all. Let's keep rolling. Let's go to the book. Let's see what this one is. In the book of Job, chapter 24, verse 14. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. Exactly. Every time we try to separate from them, what they do, they roll up in the middle of the night with their burning crosses and their goddamn emotions. Let's go to the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. Y'all finna get this double. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Y'all finna go into captivity. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom has dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Y'all finna get it. Keep earning your judgment. Let's go to Nahum. chapter 1. Verse 3, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. He ain't finna acquit y'all. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord know how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. Verse 12, but these, as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption. They're already perishing in their own corruption because Iran hasn't fired a shot at these aircraft carriers, and look how they're suffering. It's the Lord doing this to the United States Navy. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Yeah, it's going to be some lynchings in the kingdom. But we ain't going to touch y'all nasty asses. We're going to have y'all hanging yourselves. And you better be smiling, goddammit. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So, yeah, it's going to be lynches in the kingdom, Yahweh Ratazah. And them same smiles y'all was showing on them postcards, we want to see them same smiles. I want to see them pearly whites, goddammit. Or guess what? We going to do it over until we get it right. And then we're going to keep doing it. Practice make perfect, right? Y'all spent 2,000 years practicing on us. Now you're going to practice on your own goddamn people. Call halal yamlala hayanaw Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Hamashiach wa Malaki by Hashem Harawat Wakak Warash Baraka Thumb the water Baba Ball Wakwam Yasharala. Shalom.